Hi everyone, my name's Tim. Today I'm going to talk to you about a book that I finished last week, and it is Almost There, a Twisted Tale novel written by Farrah Rochon, part of the Disney Twisted Tales series. These are books written for grown-ups and young adults about Disney films where there is one major twist, a major change, things like that. So I'm just going to read the blurb. What if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? When the notorious Dr. Facilier backs Tiana into a corner, she has no choice but to accept an offer that will alter the course of her life in an instant. Soon, Tiana finds herself in a new reality, where all her deepest desires are realised. She finally gets her restaurant, her friends are safe and sound, and perhaps most miraculous of all, her beloved father is still alive. But after a while, her hometown grows increasingly eerie, and Tiana must work alongside Naveen and Charlotte to set things right, or risk losing everything she holds dear. So, the twist here is that in the film, Princess and the Frog, Facilier offers Tiana a restaurant. And when she's a frog, and he's like, I can turn you back into a human, I can give you your restaurant, you're almost there. And she's like, oh, my daddy didn't have what he wanted, but he had what he needed, and it was love. And she breaks the thing, and then he gets taken by the other side. Here, the twist is that Tiana accepts the deal, but it's not for the restaurant, it's for her father being alive. Okay, Cliff Notes version, this is really, really good. This is one of, if not my favourite of these twisted tales. I love Princess and the Frog. I think Tiana is such a strong protagonist, and the twist is in, I think, the first chapter of the book. The twist is straight away, and so then everything after that is new. It's interesting. It's not a retelling of Princess and the Frog. It's also similar enough. It's not just a completely new story where they've changed the names of the characters to be Princess and the Frog characters. So I really like this. What did I like about it? So Tiana she now has a restaurant with her father, and she has this deal with the Shadow Man, Facilier. We're mainly in Tiana's perspective. We also jump to Facilier's for moments, just so we can see his villainous scheming. And then we also see Naveen, because one of the factors of the deal was that Naveen's everyone's memory is wiped apart from Lewis, I think. Lewis gets turned into a human and is one of the main characters, but Naveen doesn't remember his time being a frog. He doesn't remember building that relationship with Tiana, and Tiana remembers, and Tiana still loves Naveen, and so she's emotionally wrought by the fact that her love isn't reciprocated, or she's just really struggles with it. So she hides. She runs away from Naveen at basically every opportunity, and we see his memories start to come back. Him getting a bit confused over things. Him going, oh, remember when this happened? And they're like, no. And he's like, oh, no, I don't remember either. Why did I say that? Remembering where things are. And also his love for Tiana, and it's growing, and he can't do anything about it because she won't talk to him. So there's a good bit of romantic tension there, with the knowledge that they will get together. It's all nice and hunky-dory. But the characters I think are great. Charlotte is a great character in this because you could write Charlotte as a villain or an antagonist, or as really not a very nice person, because she's childish and selfish and spoilt and rich and privileged and all of that. But she has a really good heart, and Farrah Rochon, the author of this, does a really good job of expressing that. All sides to Charlotte's character. Her good heart, her tenacity, her willingness to get stuff done, her also willingness to be married to a prince, but also the differences between her and Tiana. There's a scene where they go to a department store to buy something really nice, and the woman in the department store doesn't let Tiana try on the stuff because she's black. And Charlotte does not even cross her mind that this could happen, while Tiana knows it will happen, and so keeps trying to stop Charlotte from bringing her to the shop and trying things on. I don't want to, and then it explodes. And Charlotte's livid about this, and Tiana's like, that's just how it is. So the racial tensions, which are very briefly touched on in the film, which I think they're touched on at the right level for a Disney princess movie, are covered here in a bit more depth. You also see, so Charlotte, you see a bit more of that tension underneath, cutting under everything, and that's one thing that really elevates this to a 5-star read for me over others which have just been 4 stars or less. And that is how atmosphere is in this. New Orleans, as they say, they write in here, Nawlins. Narlands is a character in this. It's so vivid. Street names are dropped, directions are given. You get the sense of the music. You get the sense of the swamp. Actually, New Orleans goes through a character arc in this. It goes through changes. It adds the changes that New Orleans goes through, adds to the tension. It shows the ticking clock of the plot going on, and you eventually comes through and has a rejuvenation, and New Orleans changes as well. I think Tiana has a restaurant. She's a very good cook, very good chef. She cares so much about food, and food really comes across in this. The Cajun, Southern Dixie style of cooking really comes across. The recipes are really clear. You can almost taste the food. The gumbo, the jambalaya, the shrimp, all of it is so well described, and so much care has gone into it. It's a character in itself, and those are what really elevates it for me. So the plot itself is there's one part where they're like, oh, we'll go see Mama Odie about something, and they go to the swamp, and then they basically come back from the swamp, and it's a bit of a runaround. There are character moments in there, but I was like, this could have been cut because it's a pretty chunky book. But for me, Tiana is such a strong character. She really drives it forward. She does go through some change. She's not perfect. She does have that kind of overworking personality. She's very self-reliant, too much. And that's something that she learns. As I'm keeling over doing this. But for me, the food, the music of New Orleans, Naveen, Facilier, Charlotte, there is magic in this, and it's very Southern New Orleans voodoo magic that is talked about here, and there is a bit of reclaiming voodoo, which I really like in this, and it's just chef's kiss. It's really, really good. With these twisted tales, you can read them in any order. None of them are related in any way, and I would really, really recommend this. So yeah, I gave this 5 stars, and if you're a fan of Princess and the Frog, like I am, I think you would really, really like this. Anyway, if you like Princess and the Frog, put a little frog in the comments below. You can do a little frog emoji, and I'll see you in the next one. And get out of my house!